What's going on, Fight fans? This is Manny Varela with LiverPuncher.com, and we're going to recover the fan analysis and predictions that have been coming in to the Fantasy League for the Margarito-Shane Mosely fight this weekend. There's been tons of predictions being submitted and some great analysis from fans all over the world, fans just like you guys. So feel free to go to LiverPuncher.com, click on the Fantasy League menu, and get your predictions in. We're seeing some great analysis. And so far, most of the predictions have obviously been leaning towards the favorite, Antonio Margarito, and for obvious reasons. Some of those reasons are what JMC 561 pointed out in his prediction. He says Mosely probably wins the first 3 rounds with his speed, but he's not a masterful boxer like B-Hop. So don't expect a replay of Hopkins-Pavlik. Shane's a brawler at heart. He'll box the first 3 rounds, but once he gets hit on the chin, he's going to lose all discipline and brawl. Margarito's going to wear him down the stretch. Now, it's interesting that you bring up Hopkins-Pavlik, because we all know, it was reported on LiverPuncher.com, that Shane Mosely is being trained by Hopkins' trainer, Nassim Richardson. He put a great game plan together for Hopkins against De La Hoya, a great game plan against Kelly Pavlik, and now he's helping Shane Mosely put together a game plan. And you're saying he's not going to be able to help Shane in that same way. You could be right. You know, that's why the fighters fight the fights. But I think that Shane does have the capacity to do what Hopkins did. It's going to be a good fight, but it's interesting to see what you've said, and you know, it could end up that way. So, some other great predictions have come in from none other than, let's see here, we've got Luke Blaze. He's an old schooler from LiverPuncher.com. He's had a great record, and he's saying that even though I think Mosely will put up a tough fight, I can't see him beating Margarito. So I'm picking Margarito. But how many times did you feel so confident about a fight and the exact opposite happened? We all know about that. That's why we created the Liver Puncher Fantasy League. You can get your predictions in. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, we got expert hardcore fans who have been watching boxing for years. And they end up with horrible records. Some end up with great records. You know what? That's why you make the predictions. We keep track of it all in the league. You'll see your predictions under your avatar in the forums. And it'll also be in your profile. If you go to liverpuncher.com/whatever your username is, that's your profile. It's all personalized, and you'll see your predictions listed there. So Luke Blaze going for Antonio Margarito, but he's not even quite sure, but he's sticking with the consensus, Margarito by decision. It's not a bad choice. Let's see here. And we have D-Town with a very interesting prediction. He says, yo, Margarito is overrated. He fought Cotto, big deal. Cotto is overrated too. Mosely is going to shake and bake and win on points. Margarito can't move and can't take fast hands like Paul Williams. He's easier to hit than Mayorga. That's what D-Town has to say, and he's claiming a Shane Mosely decision win. He could end up Oracle of the Week. You never know. It's a great prediction. That's why they fight the fights. But D-Town, I think you're going to have to shake and bake with some of these other guys in the forums, because no one is agreeing with you, claiming that Margarito's overrated. I think you could be right. You could be a complete idiot. You could be a genius. We'll just have to wait and see. Moving on. We have so many predictions in. You just click on the Fantasy League menu and you can read them all there on liverpuncher.com. So moving on to a newcomer, Toro. He actually, you may want to talk to D-Town, Toro, because he's claiming Margarito's punches are like hammers. Shane has great skills, but it takes an iron chin to face Tony. Easy KO win. Margarito in 6. Toro and D-Town, I think you guys got to figure this out in the forums. Good prediction. I love the commentary. Moving on. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, Body Headbanger. Sugar Shane, way better fighter. He's fought way better people and has the tools to beat Margarito. Claiming a 4th round knockout of Margarito. Now come on, Body Headbanger. We know, everybody knows that, hey, you could be the genius. You could be, you know, what's the opposite of a genius? You tell me. We'll see what happens. But a Shane Mosely round 4 prediction, hey, you never know. We'll keep an eye on that one. Moving on. Another great prediction from none other than Babyface Assassin. Another great predictor in past seasons. He's had great prediction record, and you'll be surprised with who he's going with. Babyface Assassin says, Shane Mosely, decision. As much as I want to agree with everyone and pick Margarito, I can't. Shane Mosley's only losses have been to technically sound boxers, and that definitely is not Tony's speciality. Shane will not punk down to Margarito's pressure like Cotto, and I think Shane fights better going backwards. I'm going with my instincts and calling a close upset special. Going out on a limb there, Babyface Assassin. But hey, out on the limb, that's where the fruit is. You could come up on plenty of Fantasy League points and see you at the top of the standings after the fight. There's only one way to figure it out. Fighters fight the fights, and we just keep track of everybody's score, everybody's predictions, and it's all in good fun. But you make the right predictions, we give out prizes, cash prizes. So go ahead, join the league, jump in the forums, and take part in all the fun with the rest of the boxing fans around the world. And hit up liverpuncher.com. I'm Manny Varela with liverpuncher.com. See you at the fights.